Good afternoon, Ms. Nagata.
Good
Leinaala,
afternoon.
Sleightholm. I think Mehana mentioned what the Office of Mauna Kea Management motto was. Could you repeat that for me, please?
Our mission, yes. I couldn't recite it to you verbatim. I'm sorry.
Was it trust? Oh, I'm sorry. Was it trust, harmony, and balance?
It's part of it, yes.
Thank you. Do you believe that someone whose extensive background in construction but was put in a cultural advisor position builds trust with the community?
Objection, argumentative.
I'm going to overrule.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was the question again?
Could the court reporter repeat my question, please?
Do you believe that someone whose extensive background in construction but was put in a cultural advisor position builds trust with the community?
If you're referring to Mr. Ishibashi?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Ishibashi was hired as a senior advisor and also served as a construction monitor. Mr. Ishibashi has, as part of his experience growing up and as his training with his grandmother in Native Hawaiian traditional practices, he's also born and raised on this island and has extensive family on this island, and he knows a lot of individuals within the community. So he was an individual who we felt could help us to build trust within the community.
But prior to him being appointed as the senior advisor, wasn't his position cultural advisor?
No.
Okay, because if I'm not mistaken, I thought he testified that he was cultural advisor and then his position changed to senior advisor.
No, we hired him as a senior advisor.
And what year was that?
Either 2013 or 2014. Yeah.
Thank you. Do you believe that the putting down of uprights and bulldozing of ahu perpetuates harmony?
We, the Office of Mauna Kea Management, has obligations. We have obligations to comply with existing rules and regulations based on our lease. If you're talking about the ahu that was taken down, it was an accidental removal. It was not a deliberate removal. If you're talking about the putting down of the stone, it was in compliance. It was in compliance with our existing lease to comply with DLNR rules, which we are obligated under our lease to fulfill. So whether or not
to what happened to Ms. Pishoda's Ohana's ahu?
We were not, the office was not in existence when Ms. Pishoda's ahu was taken down. Because I heard you refer to not just the laying down of the uprights, but another occasion. So I just needed to clarify what that other occasion
she's
was.
not letting the witness testify. Respond.
Okay. Did you complete your answer, Ms. Nagata?
I'm sorry, your question again was what now?
No, did you complete your last answer?
My last answer, yes.
Okay. You may ask another question.
Thank you. And do you believe that 13 telescopes on sacred land promotes balance?
Objection, argumentative.
Sustained.
And in your earlier testimony, you stated that the university managed lands includes Hale Pohaku. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And is the visitor center included in Hale Pohaku in the exhibit that you had referenced, A47, page 8?
That's correct.
Who has management responsibility over the visitor center?
Mauna Kea.
Objection. Asked and answered.
Yeah. Do you remember that she answered that already?
No.
Okay.
I only remember that she kind of vaguely mentioned different people, but I wasn't sure if she answered who exactly has management responsibility over that.
I'll allow this question,
Thank
but
you.
it has been
Okay,
asked before.
thanks.
Please, Ms. Nagata, answer.
Mauna Kea Support Services.
Is it true that Mauna Kea Support Services is also referred to as Mauna Kea Observatory Support Services?
That's correct.
Thank you. And I believe Ms. Ward asked you who the Mauna Kea Support Services reports to, and I was wondering if you could repeat what that answer was.
To the Institute for Astronomy.
I'm going to ask for an offer of proof at this point, see where this line of questioning is going. We've gone through the structure of reporting and the various entities that are in the chain of management of Mauna Kea.
Right. And I heard what her answers were before, but when I was looking up the Mauna Kea Observatory Support Services, it told me that it is a direct project of a research corporation of the University of Hawaii. So it kind of differs in what her answer is and what I found. So I just needed to verify who it is they report to or who is above them, because this university research corporation, it's stating on their website that they deal with research training programs for intramural activities. So I just wanted to know how they were qualified to manage the visitor center.
So your question to this witness is what?
Who does the Mauna Kea Observatory Support Services answer to, or who is above them?
With my understanding is when you have a project such as Mauna Kea Observatory Support Service under the Research Corp, there is a principal investigator that is assigned to that project, and the principal investigator is with the Institute for Astronomy.
Thank you. And when seeking advisement from Kahukumauna, how much weight is their recommendations usually given?
Quite a lot.
Was there ever times where their recommendations were not accepted?
The only time it was not accepted is when a request was made for putting in temporary weather stations as part of a project related to the VECU bug.
Thank you. And the last question I have is that it has been discussed a couple of times about the orientation training program that all employees are supposed to take. Do you know if all employees have taken that, and is there a way to validate that?
I believe all the employees have taken that, and we have a log.
And the log is held by the Office of Mauna Kea Management?
Correct.
And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sleightholm.